Now to major developments in a vicious attack on a young woman in her dorm room at UBC.
An international student who lived on the floor above her is facing numerous charges, including attempted murder.
As Mi Jung Lee reports, we're hearing from the students who heard the screams and came running to help.
Students living in residence at UBC are shocked that one of their own is accused of viciously attacking another.
When you talked to him, he was really nice, friendly. And I didn't really think when we had a conversation, and we actually had a lot of conversations together. I didn't think there was anything really wrong with him.
18-year-old Thamer Al-Mastadi is charged with attempted murder, assault with a weapon, and aggravated assault. The first-year student from Saudi Arabia lived on the 4th floor of Salish House. The alleged attack happened on the 3rd floor, Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Witnesses say the suspect had a knife and the victim's neck was partially cut. She's also a first-year student.
I tried to get his hands off of her neck, but he was holding quite tightly. So I had to go to him and put him in a chokehold.
That's extraordinary, and we really do applaud the students.
Adam Casey, a first-year engineering student, credits his martial arts training for his quick actions in rescuing the victim. You weren't scared?
Didn't think. Not enough time to be scared.
It was a pretty traumatizing day yesterday. Like, I had a math quiz, couldn't really concentrate on it. But I think I'm doing a little better now. I'm just happy, like, he got caught.
Al-Mastadi remains in custody.
I can also confirm that the university has banned the suspect from returning to campus.
The victim was rushed to hospital. She's expected to make a full recovery, thanks to students who rushed in to help.
And Mi Jung, what else have you learned about this young man who's been charged?
Well, his dorm mates say that he was friendly, polite to everyone on the floor. They did notice some strange behaviors. Some people saw him pacing around the dorm at all hours of the night. He'd complain sometimes about being stressed about schoolwork, but no one could predict that he'd now be facing such serious criminal charges. Tamara?
Thanks, Mi Jung.
18-year-old Thamer Hamid Al-Mastadi has been charged after he allegedly attacked a woman student in her dorm room. The RCMP says she's still in hospital, but she will survive. We've also learned the situation could have been much worse if 2 other students hadn't run to help her. Anita Bath has more.
Luca Berg and Adam Casey are being called heroes today. The 2 18-year-olds were both alerted to what was happening by girls who were running around screaming that someone was being choked in the Salish building at Totem Park residence. Adam was getting his mail from another building nearby, and Luca, over here, was on another floor on his way to get lunch. With barely any hesitation, both ran as fast as they could to help, with Adam getting there first.
And when I got there, there was a girl and a man, and the man was choking her. I tried to get his hands off her neck, but he was holding pretty tight, so I resorted to like actually going after him.
Then what happened?
Eventually we were able to get a hand free from his neck, and from her neck, I should say, and Luca and some other people came to rescue the girl.
Eventually I get to her room, and I see he's already kind of disabled, the guy, and so I kind of just go for his legs, which were around her neck, and like take them off, and then she got out of the room, and by that point, like, she was safe.
Naturally, people around campus are calling these 2 men heroes today, but the 2 of them say they did what anyone would have done.
I mean, in that situation, you're not just going to let someone, you know, I mean, you don't know the person, doesn't matter. Like, you're going to save their life. If their life is in danger, it doesn't matter. You're not a hero. You're just doing what anyone would do, really.
Honestly, we were just the first 2 people to get there.
Now, the attack seems to have left some people who live in the victim's dorm shocked and shaken.
Honestly, everyone's just like really overwhelmed and like stressed out. I know a lot of girls didn't go to class for like probably today, and they didn't go yesterday.
Honestly, like, the situation is like a little bit tense. Like, a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are like saying that they're like a little more scared or worried than before, and like I hear like girls are like more scared of like walking alone, especially like later.
We all just know that we need to be careful, we need to be cautious, and really reminds us to like lock our doors and just to, like, you can't really trust like everyone.
And Luca and Adam have also given their perspective today, being so involved, bringing that woman to safety. They say it's not scaring them and that it's something that could have happened anywhere.
It's shocking. I mean, I've been comfortable since I got here a month ago. it doesn't change my view of UBC in any way. Like, I still have full trust in the school. I just think this was one deranged case of a guy that, you know, I mean, I don't know much about the guy, but there must have been something wrong with him.
If I remember correctly, there's 8,000 first years at this school. The school's been here for a long time, many, many decades. Things happen when you have a lot of people together. It just happened that it happened to us this year, and that's unfortunate.
As for the suspect, he's 18-year-old Tamir Al-Mistadi. Now, we didn't meet anyone who knew him closely, but those we spoke with say the man taken into custody is a first-year international student who is often stressed out, or he seems that way. He's been charged with attempted murder, assault, and assault with a weapon. What that weapon is, we don't officially know from police. Anita Bath, CBC News, Vancouver.
I need a bath. Yeah, all right, settle down. I need a bath here. All right, fine.
I'm standing outside Richmond Provincial Court, where today, Thamid Hammer Al-Mistadi, the accused Saudi student who was attending UBC, made his first appearance in court. Now, there is a publication ban surrounding the pre-trial hearing, so I can't tell you anything that went on inside today. But what I can tell you is that last week, I went out to UBC to do an investigation of my own, and I talked to a number of students. I didn't interview them on camera. I wanted them to feel at ease, that they could speak to me without the feeling that their comments were going to end up in the press. And this is what I found out. After an attack as heinous as this one, you would expect students to be on edge. But all who I talked with seemed to still feel safe on campus, chalking this up as an isolated incident. Some I talked to were willing to tell me what they saw in the accuser's behavior leading up to the alleged attack. One student telling me that Al-Mistadi would stay up all night studying and that he was shy, but also a man of faith, with students taking note of him praying 5 times a day and washing his feet in the sink, as is tradition in Islam. One female student suggested he may have made romantic advances on the victim and been rejected. But another student told me that that was unlikely because Al-Mistadi told him that he wasn't interested in chasing girls because his faith meant that he could not be with anyone before marriage, so why would he tempt himself? A look through the accused's Facebook page did not set off any alarm bells for me, other than one video he shared that shows professional makeup artists creating a fake throat gash with fake blood. A look through the accused's Facebook page did not set off any alarm bells for me, other than one video he shared that shows professional makeup artists creating a fake throat gash with fake blood. This is interesting considering the alleged attempt to cut the throat of the victim. The last piece of information given to me by one student was a description of the knife used. It was described to me as a butter knife, something dull, something too dull to thankfully allow him to do more damage to the victim, and gave rescuers time to come and stop the attack. Of course, equally concerning with any foreign national facing trial in Canada is the flight risk, of course, should they be granted bail. Now, the charges that this young man is facing are very serious. He's facing 1 count of attempted murder, a count of aggravated assault, and one count of assault with a weapon. So should he not be granted bail, well, he could easily see himself inside a jail for the next 2 years while awaiting trial. And if he is granted bail, well, he's been kicked out of UBC, so there's really no incentive for this young man to stay here in British Columbia. I'm going to continue to report on this case for you. Now, obviously, there is a publication ban, as I mentioned, so I cannot give you all the details. However, what I can keep telling you is that the mainstream media is going to keep deflecting on this case. They're going to keep talking about online comments of Islamophobia. They're going to keep talking about the backlash from this case. But the truth is, when you look at the details and when you listen to what people told me this week at UBC, there's no doubt about it. This man was a devout Muslim, and he did believe in taking his faith seriously. What is not clear is whether or not he had any jihadist sympathies. There is nothing, as I said, on his Facebook to alert authorities or anyone investigating that he may be having jihadist sympathies or even radical Islamic beliefs. As far as I can tell, he seemed to have been enjoying his time here in British Columbia and in Canada. For the Rebel.Media, reporting outside Richmond Provincial Court, I'm Christopher Wilson.